I know you need to drink water to hydrate to get through this holiday season. It'll help your hangover, it'll help your body. But let's talk about 3 non-basic tips to help you get through this holiday season.
The goal here is to learn how to treat your mind and body like a professional athlete. Welcome to Mind Your Body. I'm Dr. Audra Lance. I'm a doctor of chiropractic who specializes in treating sports and non-surgical injuries. Anything that involves muscles and joints. I treat big-name celebrities and professional athletes. Most of my patients refer to me as the witch doctor because they can't explain any other way their pain was removed that quickly. I hate cooking, but I do love wine and don't even think about giving me anything that involves ketchup because I will not eat it. Every episode of this show is designed to help you move better, live better, and feel better. Now let's go do this thing.
What up, my butthole breathers? Whoop, whoop. It's Thanksgiving week. One of my favorite holidays. I mean, you can just sit there and eat and watch football and just chill. And I mean, I may or may not shower that day. You wear comfy clothes. You hang around with friends and family, drink some good wine. What more could you want? What's your favorite holiday? DM me at Dr. Audra Lance on Instagram. I'm also on the talk at Dr. Audra Lance. And tell me what your favorite holiday is. I'm curious. Mine changes frequently. But if I had to pick right now, I'd probably have to go with my birthday. I know that sounds bad, but I mean, I get to celebrate me, and I usually extend it since it's a short month. It's in February. I usually like to extend it the whole month to celebrate because you got to have fun little events throughout the whole month, right? It just can't be one day. But I know Christmas is a lot of people's favorite holiday. I love it too. I do. There's something so relaxing about lights, just being up all around. We actually just moved on Friday, and that's why if you're watching on YouTube TV, you will see I'm at my office because we do not have internet yet at home. So I had to come down and have a little Sunday fun day to record this down here. So you can see this beautiful sign. And towards the end, if you're watching on YouTube TV, I'll take you on a little tour. So subscribe on YouTube TV, watch on there. Then it's like we're talking to each other. You get to see my antics. I usually wear a trucker hat of some sort because, I mean, washing our hair is very overrated. And they say it's better if you don't wash your hair every day. So you got to throw on that hat when it's looking atrocious. So we're going to get into 3 non-basic tips to get you through the holidays. I mean, we all know we need to hydrate to drink with our alcohol and whatever. And I mean, as much as I love butthole breathing, y'all know you need to stop and take a freaking breath every once in a while and even just go in the bathroom, sit on the toilet and breathe for a second if you're overwhelmed. That's just, you know that. I'm going to remind you of that. But I have 3 other tips to get you through the holidays. But before we get into that, you see my mug? Got that BDE, that big disc energy. I know we got these for the office. They are on the store online. We can drop a link in the show notes if you want one. They're like the big mugs because we don't do basic short little mugs. You need a big mug for that coffee in the morning. So Black Friday, it's this week. And I'm releasing my Black Friday sale early. Woo woo. It's available live right now for you. And I'm going to help you help yourself. I've been messaged constantly by this because we'll put on workshops around town and people are like, are you going to do this virtually? I mean, I really think this would be good virtually. And even some patients are like, we'd like to get a review, and something recorded so that we can have access to this forever. And I was trying to think, all right, what can I do to help people and give back a little bit? I've been doing case studies and studying techniques around the world, putting this all together for years. And I was like, what better way to help share this with everyone at a realistic price for the holidays? And more specifically, Black Friday. And I have it now so you can secure your spot because there are limited seats. But we're going to restore your pelvic floor. Woo! It's going to be so fun. This is an hour live virtual workshop with me, Dr. Audra. And we're going to go over even what the hell your pelvic floor is, why it's so important, and more importantly, how to help yourself start the process of fixing this in 5 minutes a day from the comfort of your own couch. Hint, it's not freaking Kegels. If you've been told to do Kegels, you need to sign up for this workshop right now because that's wrong. You also don't have to have kids to have pelvic floor dysfunction. We all can have it. And there's some sneaky things in there that you might not even know relate to your pelvic floor. Foot pain, jaw pain, low back pain, hip pain, headaches, neck tension, GERD, reflux, puking, nauseousness, pain with sex, low libido, difficulty orgasming. The list goes on and on. It's so crazy. I mean, any kind of bloating, if you feel like you have that stubborn pooch that you're like, dang, this is just not going away. And I've been like really watching it in the kitchen and eating clean, and there's just still something. Well, the pelvic floor is probably offline and we need to reboot it. Kind of like you need to restart your phone. Like we need to reboot that system and have your brain be able to connect and activate it correctly. You don't need to make it freaking stronger. Oh man, I'm going to get on my soapbox here. I hate when people are like, oh, my pelvic floor needs to be strong. If it wasn't strong, you wouldn't be able to walk and sit up and move all day. Your pelvic floor is already freaking strong. That's not the problem at all. And we're going to get into this in the workshop. And as you can tell, I'm going to get fiery. We're going to have some fun. You get to hang out with me. So please sign up. This is at a price that is ridiculously low in order for me to be able to give back and have people in there just to learn and have fun and get this under control so you can help yourself this holiday season. All right. Link is in the show notes. Sign up quick. This won't be going on forever. Let's do the damn thing, right? Okay. Back into it, my butthole breathers. We wonder why everyone, we're entering holiday season, but everyone's like, oh, it's flu season. And we always get sick. And the best part is we all wonder why, but it's pretty obvious in our face. Let's think about this for a second. So where we're at in the world, it's like fall. So in the US, I know some of you global listeners, you might be somewhere else, so it might not be the same for you. But over here, the days are shorter, so there's less light. So we're getting decreased sunlight, decreased time outside, which means most of the time for a lot of us, you're having decreased activity. So you're not moving as much. You're not going outside and hanging out, getting that sunlight. You're not going on a walk. Increased stress, whether that's at work, closing out the season, being around family, being around friends, all the parties and activities, whether it's kid stuff, adult stuff that you feel this pressure to be at, plus the work holiday parties. I mean, but then you want to enjoy the season and do all the things, put up the tree, make your house look good, cook the things. What are you going to do? I mean, it just mounts up and it's all this pressure and we just absorb it inside of us. And stress and trauma come out in your body, hands down. And if you didn't know that, I'm glad I got to teach you something today, because I don't care whether it's childhood trauma from yesterday at work when your boss yelled at you, trauma from your kids screaming and you don't know what to do. I mean, trauma from a fight with your partner or your friend, plus stress, however you want to categorize that, including good stress, it will come out in your body. And all of this increases your inflammation. All the stress signals cortisol, which your body will then increase inflammation, which then increases your pain, discomfort, stiffness, that heavy feeling, that bloating. Not good. So we need to help decrease this. Also, I want you to think about this. Flu season. Actually, we have a holiday where you eat sugar, Halloween, followed by a holiday of where you eat, probably binge drink at the same time, do nothing, sit on the couch, Thanksgiving, followed by 6 weeks of Christmas cheer and New Year's. So you're going to have tons of sugar, tons of candy, tons of food you normally don't eat. You're going to overeat because it's so good. You're going to overdrink, especially when you're nervous being at those parties or just to get through it with the stress. Then you have the event of Christmas, cookies, candies, pies, cakes, potatoes, bread, all the things. And it's so good. You only eat it once a time a year. So you want to just shove it in. And then we all have leftovers, so we eat it after that. And then we have New Year's, which is a drinking holiday. And we wonder why we all get sick. I mean, it's piling on inflammation and sugar over and over. It's not just because it's getting cold and dark. It's because of what you're shoving in your body and the choices you're making with food, drink, and movement. I know a lot of us have never thought about it that way. We just assume. But what you put in your body matters, and how you move your body matters. That's what's going to make you either feel good or is going to make your joints achy, stiff, headaches, brain fog, all the things. It's all contributing, your movement and what you're shoving in your mouth. So let's get into these three basic, non-basic, we're non-basic here, tips to have some more fun this holiday season and actually feel good. Okay. So number one, who likes to go to bed early out there? Is there anyone who already loves to go to bed early like me? No shame in my game. I went to bed at 7 p.m. the other night. Like I said, we're moving and it has just been ridiculous. Like we had the movers there all day. And I mean, I still was doing a lot, and they don't move alcohol. So I had to move all our wine. And as you know, I'm a big wino, and especially red. I had to move all that. And I have a super active job. I'm moving around all day. I also work out and lift weights and resistance train. So one would say I'm in good shape. But I felt like I got hit by a bus by the end of the day with moving stuff. And so we don't have a bed right now because we moved to a new house and we're slowly getting new furniture because we are. And so I was sleeping on an air mattress, of course, with my 150-pound dog. My husband was out of town for work. So we were, me and the dog, Hayward, together on the air mattress. Of course, he wasn't going to sleep on the floor. I mean, hello, he's in a new house and he's anxious and he wants to be by his mom. So of course my back's sore, and I was so tired. I was like, screw it. I'm going to listen to my body. I want to go to bed. And I looked at the clock because it gets dark at 4 p.m. here right now. I looked at the clock and I was like, it's 7. Oh, well, my body's telling me I want to go to bed. So I went to bed. I listened to my body. And then I think we woke up at 6 the next day, which usually I'm early riser, 5:30. But my body was telling me it needed to rest and restore. When you sleep is when you heal. So my first tip for you, I'm not going to tell you to go to bed at 7 every night. Don't worry. Like, hello, I understand life. That's not possible. I want you to pick 2 to 3 nights a week this holiday season, starting now when you listen to this. 2 to 3. That's it. I mean, that's less than half the week to go to bed an hour or two earlier than you normally go to bed. So if you're normally going to bed at 11, midnight, you're going to try to go to bed at 9 or 10. At least get in the bed and do a bedtime routine just to slow down and heal. Set yourself up for success to be able to heal and help your body with that inflammation, help your body with that pain. Sleeping is a crucial component to this. That's not that hard, right? Like that's doable. All right. So that was step 1. 2 to 3 nights this holiday season, a week. Go to bed an hour or two earlier than you normally do. And you might turn into an early bedtime lover like me. All right. Number 2, non-basic tip to get you through these holidays. Say no to one thing. One thing on your plate this holiday season that you are dreading to do, even though you feel like you have to. I need you to say no to it for a couple reasons. One, it is so empowering. It does feel good to be like, oh my God, my gut, like everything inside of me was telling me I didn't want to go, but I felt guilty. I felt like I had to. And then you just say no. It's really hard. I'm a recovering people pleaser, and I want to be at everything and support everyone. And I'm slowly learning, like, I can support people, but I have to choose myself sometimes to heal, or I'm going to get back into the terrible sickness that I was in, the stage 3 adrenal burnout, which I talk about in the burnout series. And I'm feeling good again, and like myself and my peppiness, and more like Audra. And I'm on that healing, I don't know what you call it. We're going up, and I don't want to fall back down. And this is one thing I need to do to not do that. I cannot be at everything. I cannot do everything. So I'm really trying to listen to what my body's telling me when I'm invited at events and stuff. I'm not going to say yes right away. I'm going to take a second and just be like, I'll get back to you. I need to check my schedule, which is 100% true. And I'm going to sit with it for a second and really think, do I want to go to this? And for me, I don't know how you feel, but like when I don't want to do something, it almost is like in my left side of my stomach, it gets tight. There's like a cringiness. It's like almost pain, but it's more like of a tightness and discomfort. And then other times it'll be like someone sitting on my chest, like the weight of the world's on my chest. And I'm really trying to actually listen to that because our bodies tell us everything. Because when you keep not listening to your body, that's when you make yourself sick, in pain, discomfortable. You're welcome. So I want you to do that one event. I mean, there's like 2 months of this shit going on. You can pick one event and say no to it. This also helps empower you to hold boundaries. Not all of us are really good at boundaries. I'm terrible, but I'm getting better at them, of just being like, hey, I'm going to set this boundary and just say no to this. Like, if you ask me for coffee right now, I'm going to say, let's circle back in January and we'll figure it out one thing. Because the schedules are crazy right now. Not only work with seeing patients, but personal lives. There's so much going on. And it's okay to say no or say, hey, let's put this off until the new year and we'll circle back. And I have a list in my computer of who I need to email or text back. I always follow through. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to follow through with it. So that is number 2. Say no to one thing. Listen to your gut. Pick something this holiday season to set your boundaries and say no to. And the final one, because we all got shit to do here, so I want to help you out. Do something to celebrate you this year in this holiday season. This is all about celebrating and happiness and joy. I need you to do something to celebrate you and pick some of your accomplishments this year. I know something good happened to you this year. I mean, where there's joy and expansion and light, there's also some pain and darkness. That's just the balance. That's science. But to expand and live in more pleasure and joy, we got to be able to tolerate more pain, which sucks. So I want you to pick something to celebrate for you and celebrate however you want to. Maybe that's taking a nap. Maybe that's drawing yourself a bath and having a glass of wine, listening to your favorite music and just smiling and thinking of that accomplishment. Maybe that's picking your favorite place to go out to dinner. Maybe that's riding along in the car with your family looking at Christmas lights. There's this place here out in Lebanon that we love to go to. We do like some hot chocolate and we drive through these lights and they're coordinated with the songs. So that's what we're going to do. And also I really want to go see, I'm sure they probably have this in your town or somewhere near, the symphony here like plays a movie and they play like on the screen and the symphony plays all the music in the background. It is some of the coolest things I've ever seen. We've seen Home Alone, which they play every December. So we've already seen that, but I really kind of want to go back and see it again. It's so special. Like it's a beautiful building. You kind of dress up, they serve wine, and it's just it gets you in the holiday mood. So I highly recommend that if you have that in your area or access to that. Just think outside the box. What's fun for you? Maybe it's just like baking with holiday music on. Maybe it's not doing something holiday related because you despise the holidays. That's cool too. I need you to celebrate you. And when you're celebrating that, focus on that. I had a patient this weekend message me, oh my gosh, Audra, I'm back to running 2.5 to 3 miles because their injury had them down where they were in so much pain they weren't able to run. And I was like, oh my God, that's great. What are you doing to celebrate you and celebrate this? Because this was our goal. We need to celebrate it. We don't just get back to running. Like, yeah, of course, that's amazing. But what else are you going to do to reward yourself? This is not only good for your mental health, but your emotional health and your physical health. We just want to be on that higher level of appreciation for our bodies and movement. And there have been so many studies that link joy and movement to your physical, emotional, mental health together. It all plays a role. You can't just segment, oh, I need to work on your muscle and not integrate the whole global pattern and the whole mental emotional component to get to the top of the top and reach your goals. So in review, your 3 non-basic tips to get through this holiday season and have some fun and enjoy it. 1 to 3 nights a week to go to bed early, 1 to 2 hours early. Nothing impossible here. We make things reasonable. 2, say no to one thing you don't want to do this holiday season. Just one. Listen to your gut. And 3, do something to celebrate you this year. I want to know in the comments on YouTube or message me at Dr. Audra Lance at Dr. Audra Lance on Instagram or TikTok and tell me what you think of these tips and what you're going to do, because I want to celebrate you too and share. And it's me messaging you back in Instagram. I don't have an assistant doing it or a robot or any of that. I mean, I'm still learning how to use technology, so not that advanced. And I want to be in this with you. And don't forget my freaking Black Friday sale. Like, it's going to be so fun. And like I said, there's limited seats. So please head over. We have the link in the show notes to sign up for Restore Your Pelvic Floor. Toodaloo.
Now, if you want to do something really special for me and got a lot out of this episode, go leave a 5-star written review of the show on Apple Podcast. And if you're a Spotify listener, just tap the 5 stars. To submit any of your health questions to the show, simply DM me on Instagram at Dr. Audra Lance. And don't worry, all your questions will be kept strictly anonymous. So send me all your embarrassing questions. And don't forget, breathe into your butthole. Toodaloo!